Good morning, guys. It's a pretty miserable day here in the Pacific Northwest. There's up to 1 3/4 inches of rain forecast for today, so I thought it would be a great time to upgrade the headlights in my truck. About a month ago or so, I bought some LED headlight upgrades for my John Deere tractor, and I was extremely impressed with how well they worked. Even to this day, I've had them in there for a little while now, and it's such an improvement over stock that I decided that when I got my new truck here, I would upgrade the lights in it as well. So I'm going to open up the package here that I got in the mail and get started. Now, modern cars and trucks aren't using mechanical switches anymore to operate the headlights. Everything goes through the car's computer, and because of that, the resistance that these LEDs create is different from an incandescent bulb, and it makes the computer think that a headlight is out or there's some other problem with the electrical system, and it can throw up a code, or it can tell you that you have a headlight out or any sort of symptom that you don't really have. You just have an LED bulb. So you need one of these, which will trick the computer into thinking you have your halogen bulbs in. And when you go on the JDMaster website, it will tell you that you're going to need this. And this is a simple plug and play deal. This will plug into your vehicle's harness, go through the box to your new LED bulb, and that way you'll have no problems with the lights flickering or flashing or otherwise not working at all. Another thing I want to point out before I get started on the installation is that these bulbs are very durable. With the halogens or the HIDs, if you touch the bulb, you've just ruined it. With these LEDs, you can stick them in a bucket of water and they're going to work. So they're far more durable than even the factory halogens. I'm not going to focus a whole lot on the installation process itself. If you need to know how to install them in a Ram truck, there's a lot of videos out there that will show you how to do that. What I want to do is show the improvement over stock with these JDMaster lights. Now, about 15 years ago, these HID kits started coming out, and people were suddenly able to blind you with a super bright light that didn't quite fit the older style headlights correctly, and that would cause the reflector to not work the way it was designed, and there was no way around it. It was a low beam that felt like a high beam, and it was shining right in your eyes, and you had this humongous box that controlled the light. The problem with HID lights is they have to warm up. You turn them on and they start out dim and they slowly brighten, kind of like a compact fluorescent does. Also, this box doesn't do anything to fool the car's computer into thinking it has its regular headlights. There were a lot of problems with these lights not working properly with cars that had computer controlled electronics. This was actually given to me by a neighbor of mine that had them in his 2007 Dodge pickup, and they flickered and they would go out, and he finally got tired of it and he gave it to me thinking that I might be able to use them in something, but I don't need that. I have this. The whole system is much more compact. It has the box that will let the computer know that it needs to function properly, and it's plug and play. Now, I'm not sure how well the camera's picking it up, but it's a pretty substantial color and brightness difference between the LEDs on the right and the halogens on the left. I'm going to turn on the high beams and see what we get. Now, trying to video record the difference in light with a camera of any kind is really difficult to do, so I'm going to do like I did on my tractor video, and I'm going to use the lux meter on my phone to tell the difference between the factory lights and these new LEDs. All right, I'm going to open my light meter app. First, I'll test the factory light. I'm going to hold it right in the center of the light. Looks like I got a maximum reading of 530. Now let's try the same location on the LED. Looks like I get a maximum reading of 1891, almost 1900 lux. That is quite a big difference. Let me check the other side one more time. Looks like right around 900 is the best I can do on the factory light. So that's 1000 lux higher with the new LED light. Now I'll try the high beam, but I've got to turn the engine on in order for the high beams to stay on. First, we'll start with the factory side. 12,500 was the highest number I got on the factory side. On the LED side, 44,185. That is a massive difference in light intensity. I'm going to put the other bulb in the other side and get my truck put back together. Now, as is often the case in a project like this, the passenger side went way faster than the driver's side. My advice is to take your time, pay attention to what you're doing, and you will be happy with the results. This kit overall wasn't that hard. It was plug and play, as you can see. I'm looking forward to getting it out at night and seeing the difference that it makes. I really appreciate you guys watching, and you guys ought to check out JDMaster's website. I'll put a link below. Like I said, I did it to my tractor and I'm super happy with it, and I'm certain that I'm going to be happy with my truck.